Welcome to another session of the Black Sessions. Today we're discussing the first episode of the fourth season of Black Mirror. This episode is called USS Callister, and it's one of the most popular ones. I find it very entertaining in terms of episode. It kept me interested the whole episode. I don't know much about the topics presented. Maybe a little bit repetitive, maybe like we've seen this before. I don't know. I would like to hear your opinions on this. Vero, how did you feel with the episode? Did you like it?
Yes, I liked the episode. It was fun to watch, but I don't know. I don't know why is the favorite for some people. Is the I mean is the same topic that other episodes. So it's science, it's a code, it's a technology
Cloning.
related with lives, and I don't know. It was fun, but it's not a wow.
Yeah, I think the same way. It was fun, but it was not as mind blowing as some episodes, like previous episodes. Maybe that's what and maybe that's gonna be like. I'm starting to think that this is gonna be like for the rest of the episodes. Probably this guy Charlie Brookett is very creative, but like there is one moment where you reach your maximum potential of creativity, and maybe he's there. I don't know. I haven't watched the rest of the episodes. But okay. So can I share your opinion better? Thank you very much. Gabby, what about you? Did you like the episode?
Mm, so. I saw this episode 1 years ago.
Yeah.
Before a lot of people recommended me the series, the Black Mirror. So I start with this episode. I don't know why,
Yeah.
and I don't like it this in this moment because it's very weird for me,
Yeah.
and
What do you mean?
uh, it's complicated because the topic, the ADN in the
DNA?
and the DNA and
Yeah.
the people live in the game. It's very complex because the guy who recollect the DNA of these people create life in the game, and it's it's unbelievable, I think.
Yeah.
I,
It could be a little
uh,
bit over the top.
mhm.
Yeah. Besides, like, why do you need the DNA? Why don't you just create a virtual clone? Like, we don't have the. I could understand if you would have like a physical copy too, like a body copy of you too. So it would be like cloning your mind and cloning your body, and that would make sense if you use the DNA. But now I don't know either. I thought the same way. Like, why the DNA? Why? Why? Because they did it before with with another ways, and maybe they're trying a new way now.
I think the DNA is it's because he want to punish the people who replied the DNA, and these guys of the video uh, have the same memories of
Yeah.
the
Yeah. So
real life people.
yeah, I think that what they were trying to say, if that's the case, which was I also thought, was that maybe they're extracting the memory from the DNA. Like each of your DNA code includes your memory and yourself. Like yourself is on the DNA, maybe, because it was
Yeah.
like I think that's what that was idea. They were discussing about the self of these people. These people were not physically inside this spaceship, but it was like their selves, the souls wasn't there or something like that. We'll see. Can I share? Like none of us like maybe liked it that much. We'll see if Felipe did. What about you, Felipe? You liked it?
Not so much because I found the episode more predictable than others. Actually, it was like a okay. I knew what was going to happen, um, but yeah, I think it was very interesting. The acting and the topic. I mean, the topic and how creation from us can can lead us to the destruction of maybe of the mind, you know, or of ourselves. Uh, so, but there's a kind of where there were kind of gaps. I mean, in the history because I didn't understand why the one of the principal actors, the main actors, um, knew about his child, the history
Yeah.
of his child outside the world. I didn't understand that because this man who was the father of the child. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you?
I do.
Yeah, yeah. So he knew about the history of outside. I mean, because the main actor told him, or I don't know. I didn't understand that part,
I
and
think, sorry, continue.
how he knew about the history and on how his child went into the program, you know, because he knew all the details. But how? Because
Yeah.
because he was inside
Yes,
inside
yes,
the
I understand what you're saying.
inside the program, you
Yes.
know.
And he knew
So
how the guy got collected the DNA and
yeah,
like yeah, he knew the
yeah,
process. Yeah.
yeah. That
Good
part
point.
I didn't understand.
We're going to
Uh,
contact Charlie Brooker with that information. Yes,
yeah.
it's true.
And about the DNA and what you said recently is like okay, the DNA, what part of what um, a copy or which part of of our beings a copy, you know, just the body, yeah, and the memories, you know.
But how
Uh,
did they collected the memories then? It's like
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
I didn't understand that.
you got it from
Uh,
the DNA or because they
yeah,
never
because
they could have explained something like that. No, oh, we discovered that in the DNA you storage
yeah,
your memories.
yeah.
Okay, that was
But however, I like the actor because he acts in Fargo. I don't know if you
the protagonist.
have watched Fargo. Yeah,
The
the
protagonist is
protagonist is
Todd. It's Todd
one of the
from
main
Breaking
actor
Bad.
of the season 3
Yeah,
in
I
Fargo.
haven't watched
And
Fargo. I
Fargo
know
is
it's a great show.
tremendous,
I know.
tremendous,
I
tremendous.
know. I know. All of the people I respect watch Fargo, and it's pending on my list. But that actor is also in Breaking Bad. I don't know if you guys remember. He's Todd,
Yeah, yeah, it's
the
tough.
bad guy from
The
Breaking
last
Bad.
season. Yeah,
Yes, yes, and he's like the fake Matt Damon. Fake Matt Damon. He's so they look so
a bad
alike.
copy.
The bad copy of
The
Matt
bad
Damon.
DNA from
And
Matt Damon.
he's engaged. This is like a fun fact before we move
Yeah,
into Isaac. Isaac
Kristen Dust.
or Isaac. Kristen Dunst. Yes, Kristen
Yeah,
Dunst is in the episode and she's married to him or
yeah,
engaged or something like
yeah.
that. They're together. So I don't know if you guys who are younger know Kristen Dunst, but she was like a big thing
Nah,
before
yeah.
in the 90s. She was like, she's the girl from Spider-Man, like the old Spider-Man, the red hair
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. Yeah. So Isaac or Isaac, you want to be Isaac in our meetings or Isaac?
Whatever.
Isaac is more gringo. Isaac, welcome first of all. So I was asking the guys, what are your thoughts and reflections on the episode, if you liked it or not?
Well, Felipe say, I I think I thought this a little fantasy is how collected the memories But anyway, yeah, it's a good episode. But in the end, I'm a little bit disappointed because I just esperando. I just hope.
You were waiting
No,
or
no, no.
hoped? Yeah.
Waiting. I just waiting for. In the end, he exposed all this manipulating and going to the jail.
Is that what happened at the end? He went to jail?
No, it just like a in
He's
coma
trapped.
in
Yeah.
the real life.
Yeah, it looks like he's in coma or like brain damage. Something
See,
happened to him.
even you can watch like a how you say baba.
I forgot. Baba, baby. I don't know. I forgot. Saliva.
Saliva, yeah,
Saliva.
saliva is in one scenes when the camera is just
Like went
uh,
out.
yeah, is you can see the saliva.
Yes.
And in him mind, he is still in the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little bit tired, so a little
Don't worry.
I don't can't speak in English
You're
very
doing
fluent.
very well. You're doing very well and very, very fluently. We're getting everything. Don't worry. It's working perfectly.
Yeah. Well, this is my reflection about it.
Yeah.
I just watching half hour ago. Just
Yeah, so
watching
you're still processing. I watched it today too. I didn't watch it last week because I had other things to do, and I just watched it today, and I'm still like yes, like I feel like I watched a good episode, but I don't know what the
Yeah.
episode was about mainly. Like it feels
Yeah,
like
it's a good idea, good episode, but it's like
it's
a
fun. Yeah, it's
yeah.
like is maybe it's because, and maybe that's also what happened to you, Gabby, is because we've been watching the previous episode recently, so we've been discussing, we've been looking for like details and very deep ideas, and maybe this episode is not that deep. You can also
Yeah.
you can
More
always find,
fantasy.
yeah, it's more fantasy, more entertainment, action maybe than philosophy. I think it touches very philosophical, like deeply philosophical ideas that are maybe very well like covered on other shows like Westworld. I think I've talked to you about this before, but this is a it's one of my favorite shows ever. And in Westworld, you talk about sorry?
What series?
Westworld. I'm gonna write it here.
Westworld. Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna write it here in the
What
chat
is
for everyone.
Well,
okay.
the only like a deep reflection about this episode is like if this guy if this guy create this parallel world in gaming parallel world, so actually in her mind, in his mind is él, he want to torturate
Yeah, I
to
was
all
going to ask
this
that.
guy. So what is the difference between he doing that in the real life and in the game?
I
It's
think
like a little thing. For this reason, I expect in the end of the episode he going to the jail. He exposed the dark mind.
yeah, like, but nobody knew of this in the outside world, so no one exposed him. Like, they just found
Exactly,
him.
but in the end,
Even the girl,
the supposed to be
he didn't know.
the other
No.
the tripulation, the crew is online. I thought the crew start to talking with the other users and
Yeah, letting the others know. That could have also happened. That should have happened. What? But maybe we don't know that because this was
I expecting for that.
Maybe Nata. What, I don't remember what was her name. Natalia, like the girl he meets at the beginning and the newer on the ship. She collected the DNA and she was like being blackmailed by herself. So maybe she will expose him later. But
Probably.
she never knew either why she had to do it. She just wanted to keep these photos she had. So yeah,
Verdad, verdad.
I would like to ask the guys. Gabby, what do you think? What do you think was Dali's intentions? Just torture? Then, if that's the case, why didn't he torture people in real life?
I think he wants power because he created the game in Infinity game. So he wants the recognize their peers or their coworker recognize his work because only one guy or the boss had the power of the company.
Yes.
But I don't really sure about if he is a real criminal because the game is a game and I don't know if what happened in the game it's apply for or can apply the real laws
Or moral, at least like real life moral.
Mhm.
I don't think he's a criminal personally. I think he's just a sadist or like crazy like psycho maybe. But definitely not a criminal. I don't think they ever. I don't think that they put it that way. I don't think they're trying to show it's like, why would she go to jail? Like Isaac was saying that he was expecting him to go to jail, but why would he? Like just because he tortured? I sometimes take when I used to play Sims. I used
Well,
to take up the
not go to jail necessarily, but well, not go to jail necessarily, but expose like a social condemnation, social
Yeah.
condemnation, like a
And would society
oh my
condemn
god,
something like
you
that?
can do that. It's like a expose for everyone for
Yeah,
social condemnation.
yeah, like Funa for being a psycho. But Vero, for example, do you think that society would condemn if like right now you guys know that you know me, I am very kind and lovely and sweet and all the good things, and all of a sudden you know that I have I actually torture creatures on Teams a few times. So, do you think that society or you would judge someone just because he's torturing people on
But
the game?
in this case in the episode it's like a fetishism, like a
Yeah.
fetishism.
So, do we punish fetishism in society? Should we? Should I don't know. But what do you think?
Well, it's
Well,
depends.
I don't know, but I think that in this situation, maybe yes, because the code, the characters in the game have feelings.
Yeah.
So that is a. It's not only a code. It's not a robot.
But that's the thing. It is a robot. It's not a person. So
Mhm.
it is like virtual reality. Like
Yes.
sometimes there are virtual reality. I don't know if like I don't think that you can buy that one that is accessible for people yet. But probably there is virtual reality that has I don't know things that make you feel. For example, I don't know. You feel like touching or touch or that like imitate the senses maybe let's say. So technically you could feel pain, but no one is actually hurting you.
Yes.
There is no legally speaking there is no crime. It's just
Yes.
mean.
Yes, I understand the point, but when watched the episode was I don't know, I feel bad for the characters.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think the characters, the people who work with him would condemn him forever, of course. Like you're banned, you're blocked, you're a psycho, go away. But I think it's a little bit like the episode of Shut Up and Dance when we were talking or discussing Like if this kid was who watched child porn, was he a pedophile? Is he a criminal? No, it's just watching, or in this case, it's just playing. But there are lots of people who play video games in which you torture others or you kill others, or you, I don't know, you plant bombs in cities and you erase Berlin from the game. So I don't know, we should, in that case, we should also apply these rules to this. Felipe, what do you think? You're being silent, literally silent.
About
About
it
this
specifically?
idea. Why did he do it, and is he a bad person just because?
No, I don't think. I mean, what is in the episode, I think, is like is what you could find inside of each of one of us. You know, it's like it's like when you are like I don't know, sad or maybe angry, and you want to hit someone or maybe somebody. I don't know. And yeah, I mean, there are a lot of memories or thoughts, you know, that we can hit or maybe damage other people, you know, but yeah, they are like just thoughts, you know. But in this case, I think the problem was try to get all of the person from reality to the game, because evidently he was or he felt kind of pressure from the environment at work, you
Or
know.
rejection, at least.
He felt, yeah, rejection, and you know, it's like outside of the box. He felt like
An
he was
outsider.
in yeah. So yeah, and that was a big problem. I mean, and you need a treatment, you know, when you are like I don't know how to say in English. Is like well, whatever.
I don't know what you were
But
trying to say.
yeah, but I mean, you need a treatment, and a video game, it can't be a treatment, a good treatment,
Yes.
you know, and that is the problem,
Yeah.
because we have a lot of, you know, panacea fetishism, you know, or maybe habits that we can dig, or not dig, but you know, put the cover inside on the problems that we have, you know, and that is the big problem.
Where is like escaping reality?
Escape,
Like,
dodge the reality, dodge your problems. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I agree. I think that this guy, Dali, yes, is the name, Captain Dali. He's like, and like I think I know a lot of people like this, who are very shy socially, who are very frustrated by the rejection of society, and they tend to hide away in video games and virtual realities where they hide away the problems. Yes.
and not, about just the rejection. It's about how you respond.
Yeah.
For
He
that
was
kind
like a note.
of rejection.
No
You know,
answer.
it's like
No.
yeah, you're like inside in your own prison, you know, and has to be like that.
Yeah, like these people, they yeah. Isaac, go ahead.
No, I think when you feel bad or sad with anybody else, there are little difference between catharsis. You see, I hope you're dead, you're killed, yeah, or whatever. There are difference between catharsis and fetishism.
Yeah.
Well, that is the I'm missing the point. But this there are difference within the catharsis. It's good. It's a good emotional response
It's a relief.
when the catharsis
Yes.
say,
An emotional relief.
but when you keep going in your mind with your fantasies, that is a little bit it's not a healthy emotional responses, I think. This is my
Definitely.
opinion.
Definitely. I think any psychologist would agree with you. Or psychiatrist too. Yeah, I think that of course like this person has problems like and we I think that maybe they were trying to say that the potential like we could get if someone with this kind of power feels rejected by society and how much he was humiliated, like I think he was a little bit humiliated, and he was, and it's something that you could see with people like him who work in this business. A lot of them are discriminated. I think that the black woman in the office, I don't know if he was like actually staring at people, but it's common to think that they're freaks or that they're kinky just because they're socially isolated or socially like I don't know, I don't remember the exact word, but these people like who are very um I forgot the expression, but yeah. So speaking of
Introspective.
introspective, but yeah, but it's like another one, but I forgot. But anyways, it has to do with being introspective. I wanted to ask you about this guy. I think that we could only delve into his personality. We don't get to see much of the others, and we don't know if they're bad or good because we only saw a few times when they were mean to this character, but that was it. So we cannot judge them just because maybe probably what happens most of the time with people like this is that they're rejected. Probably they're not even that kind. There is a reason why people reject them, and it's like a loop. It's like the more rejected you are, the less social capable you become, and the more people reject you and the more you like isolate from society, so it's like getting worse. So I think he wanted to be some kind of god in this world. So I would like to talk about the fact that he wanted to be a god. Do you think that first? I would like to know if you agree, like he wanted to be a god, and does it mean to be God? Because because you have to find deep questions somehow. But I was thinking that like that was okay. He was God because he had the power. But is power what makes you God? Um, was he, first of all, was he a god? Felipe, I see you moving your head and smiling, so maybe you would like to start with this discussion. What do you think of this? Do you think he was God, and was that whatever he was God?
Depending, I mean, if you believe in God, I mean, you you would portray a God, but in a million religions and cultures, even nowadays, is like you portray a God from the human being, you know. But there is another conception, I think, in which I believe it's like if God exists, God is like outside of the time, outside of the space, outside of any narrow conception, you know. So if we portray some God in this case, I think it would be very human, and indeed, it's like he was like stuck in the game.
Yeah,
He wasn't God, you
you
know.
cannot be God after all.
Yeah, and yeah. So in that case, I think even there's a lot of books about it, and one of the books that I love is like the fallen gods. It's
Yeah,
like you create gods, and you don't even realize about it, you know.
like
and
technology,
and,
for
and
example.
always, yeah, you believe you create a god from the evolutionism,
Yeah,
from the psychiatry, and you explain all the kind of the dynamics of the reality from that, without even understand or or know other perception, which is a contradiction. So yeah, I mean, we have in a struggle, I think, in a struggle in which I mean, I believe in that God, you know, outside of the temple, but no deism. But at the same time, I believe that we create
The
each
collective
day
idea.
and constantly God, you know.
Yeah.
No, I have to do that because I have a purpose. You don't know
Yes.
what's going to happen
I
next.
think that
You know?
actually, like, every human being
So
has a different God.
yeah, yeah,
Like, yeah, even if we share the same religion and the same, and we read the same book and we follow the same dogma, maybe or probably your perception of the immense, unmeasurable capabilities and possibilities of God will be different from the ones I think, because you probably questioned like, oh, God probably cares about, I don't know, nature. And what if I don't think about nature? What if I think that God cares about feelings? Because my God is about feelings. So yeah, it's I agree with you on that topic.
Different persons
Yeah,
have different perceptions.
of course,
but
different
but
needs,
but
different
in
questions.
this in the episodes in particular, I'm talking about he feels like a god. In I have a different opinion. I think it's not the case, because I think the feeling revenge is all is in this case. It's the feeling revenge. It's not about the feeling of the power. It's about, in this case in particular, it's about of the feeling revenge. I take a revenge for this person. Of course, is this guy have a very low self-esteem,
Definitely.
and it's about the. I think in this case it's feeling revenge.
Yeah, and I also agree with you. Like, it was all about revenge. So that's why I ask you, like, do you think that he was God or he just wanted to be powerful? I think Gabi goes into that line a little bit more, right?
No, I think he try something new with the DNA, but I don't think he had the purpose to be a god. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he just wanted power. And
Yeah, because he he actually believe he is a god or something like that. Maybe could create some other people who love them or he love
yeah, makes sense.
him.
Yeah, but I think like he tried to create that, or at least force the rest of the crew to love him or worship him. It was like they were always following, and at the beginning of the episode you see like, oh my god, you're so smart, Capitan. But he knew it was fake. Like, so I think that if he wanted to be like God and almighty and all powerful, he would have created people who actually believe he was absolutely great. Better, what about you?
Um, I believe that the my principal character is an uh, abuser. It's like I don't know, because well, he has mental problems, absolutely, because they want to hurt these people,
Yeah,
but he in the real life they can't he can't, so in the game do it. So I don't know, it's an abuser, it's a problem, because nobody knows that he's an abuser.
yes. He's doing
That's,
all this in silence.
mm-hmm.
That's why I was thinking about Shut Up and Dance. Like, he was not an abuser in actual life, but he wanted to, or he watched child pornography. Like, that's why I thought about that. And I wanted to say that about being God. I was thinking that he can be God, because first, like, Just my conclusion. No, but I was thinking that my concept of God, which is my, as we were saying, is my concept of God. I also believe that we all create gods, and I do believe in my God, and I think it's quite awesome. So one of the principles, or I was raised Catholic in a non-school, so I read the Bible a lot, and I remember that one of the main things about God and humanity was free will. That he would create us, just create us, and give us the chance to do or make our own decisions. Like, he's all powerful and almighty. He can come and change everything in a second if you want, but you have your power to make your choices. And in this case, they were not allowed to make choices. It was just about controlling. A control freak who wanted control over everything, especially control over people. So yeah, I think that the topics like self, I think that that's the other idea this episode presented, like the concept of self. What is your self? Is the one inside your body in real life experience, or is yourself? Can yourself be in a computer? We've talked about that before in other episodes. So I don't know if you guys have any other extra ideas that you maybe got from the episode. There were a lot of hints. He was a dictator. Yes, it was all about power. He was a dictator. And I think that they could have went deeper into the idea of the soul, maybe, but they didn't. It was like I think they went through everything, like a little bit. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. It was like more fun, like we were saying. But I strongly recommend you guys to watch Westworld. I've been thinking actually to change the show into Westworld, but Westworld is very dense. So it would be like watching an episode and making philosophical questions all week. So we're seeing there if we change the show maybe. But I don't know if you guys have any other ideas that you would like to present into the discussion. No? Nope. Yeah, right. I think the same way. I feel the same way with this episode. I've been trying to think of what to discuss here, but I don't know if there are much left to discuss. And I don't think it's our fault. I think it's Charlie Brooker's fault, to be honest. Because it's like he didn't make such a great episode as the previous ones. So I think
maybe the idealization of a person, because
in what sense?
In the beginning, the new girl at work, she idealized someone, in this case the main character, so we all like idealize someone or somebody, because of the parents, or maybe how they talk, or I don't know, or and in this case it was because the code,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's very important to think twice, when you judge some people and think about, or prejudge,
That's actually a topic on the episode, I think, because like the guy, the Delhi, decided to torture these people just because he made like immediate judgments on them based on what they did or what they say to him. But when we get to know them in the spaceship, they're good people. None of them is bad people. The black woman, for example, who said like he was a stary and like made the comment to the other girl, she actually like saved the other girl and gave her life for helping her. So she was a good person, and the only thing she did was like a mean comment. And that's why he condemned her to become an ugly monster. So I think it's the same way, like the little girl, the girl from the beginning, like praised him or worshiped him just because his code, without knowing the kind of ugly human being he was. And he was an ugly human being, because in his house, you see, he's alone, totally alone. Like he has no connections. He doesn't even have nothing but a computer. So he is kind of I don't know. It's not a good person, of course. But yeah,
not real.
Huh?
No real human connection. No real human connections.
No, yes, and that's why.
So
that's why.
When I rethink about the end of the end of the episode, is almost poetic, because he finished alone in the own in him own world, imaginary world, and
Yeah. At the end,
totally
you
disconnected
end
and
up
dark.
just like he was in the real world. It's like he couldn't
Exactly.
escape his own
Exactly.
reality.
And
Because
even he
yeah,
was not able. He was not able in the beginning. The new girl, she really and sincerely admired,
yeah.
and this is
He was like,
was a good opportunity for make a real human connection. But but he decided created in their own world, in their own fantasy world, instead of make a real connection.
yeah, because I think he was unable to like do something to change people's ideas of what he is or the kind of person he is, because at the end he is that person that people say he is. He is the person that people reject. For example, with this girl, she was like flirty at the beginning. I think she was maybe not 100% flirty, but like maybe interested. When you admire someone, she offered coffee, and then she got the bad comment about him. And instead of him, like, I thought he was like, no, you know what? I'm going to change her mind. I'm going to show her that I'm not a freak and that I am a good, but he was like shocked when she offered coffee, like someone is talking to me. But instead of doing that, changing her mind, he cloned her and put it in the system so she could just follow his
He
command.
decided instead of make a try to make a real content, he decided no, it's more easy. It's more easy for me going and take a part of the ADN and replicate in my fantasy world, because
And he
in
could
my
fix
fantasy
her
world,
every time she wanted. Yes. In his fantasy world, he was empowered. Everyone would do, and he had
this
the
is a very low, slow, down, or how you say, low or down self-esteem.
low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem. Yes.
But in the end, it's a, because I think everyone in one point of the own life have so low self-esteem, but in the end is the healthy emotional responses, who healthy emotional decisions, who make
Who grow
more better.
your yes. Who
But
improve
in the end,
your
but
self-esteem.
I think all people have in one part of the life low self-esteem, and very proclive to the opinion of the other ones and the bullying of the other ones. But in the end, uh, is your decision. I think the environment affects, of course, but I try to say, well, it's hard for me explaining in English.
You are doing very well. We follow. Don't worry.
It's I try to say this. In the end, is your decide is affect to you.
Yes. The decisions you make is what like decides what's gonna happen to you. Not all people who are bullied become sadists.
But so you decide. Of course, you don't decide. You cannot change the world, or you also cannot change your neighborhood. But the only thing you can change is your emotional response about that. Even you cannot change, or well, you can change your economic status, your social status. Maybe it's more harder. Of course, it's more hard. But is the only thing you can change immediately is your emotional response about that.
Maybe you cannot change it, but you can control it.
Yeah.
You cannot control
right.
the environment, but you control yourself.
So your emotional responses, yeah.
So yeah, for example, like with the case of a bullied colleague, there are some bullied people who just cope with this. talk to other people, face the problem, or like
How deal with it.
catalyze the emotions, but they don't become sadists and torture people, or at least like not even torture, like become mean towards others. Not all of them, but at the same time, a lot of them do, because social rejection is a thing. You can actually damage. Maybe he was not that sick before social rejection, and this only made it worse. So it's like ambiguity, I think, that he is responsible, but society could be also responsible. But I think in this case,
Yeah,
it's
because
mainly
because
his.
I totally agree with you because when you receive a bully, of course it's hard. It's you have a lot of emotional scars.
Yes, of course.
But anyway, you decide your emotional responses about that.
I agree. Gabby, you wanted to add something? I saw you raising your finger.
Yeah, really, I don't think he has a low self-esteem, because I believe he thinks he this or como he wants recognition, because in one scene he asked for a coffee for a guy, because he want a coffee and he deserve or merecía,
Deserve. Very good. Good
he
word.
deserve a coffee because he is important in the company.
Yeah.
And in the end, with the scene with the delivery guy of pizza, he was mean with the guy, and he won't give him money in the Christmas day. So
And he's rich, like crazy rich.
yes, I think he I don't think his problem was low self-esteem.
I think he's a psycho. Actually, psychopaths have high self-esteem. It's just that they're dysfunctional and don't feel empathy. But yeah, I don't think he had I think he had issues, serious, and social rejection, and he was bullied, and he was isolated, all that, but no self-esteem. I think he saw himself as the greatest or the actual brain in the company. He always like never commented on whatever contribution his partner did. He had to do something. So yeah, he thought of himself as the best, and he deserved the best treatment and didn't get it, and that's why he became so freaked. Vero, go ahead. You raise your hand.
Another point that it's important to me is it's a little point that really is the fun girl. I don't know, that attitude is
The
not
yeah. The girl
fun
from the
girl.
yeah.
Yeah, is this attitude too invasive is a problem. No, I don't know why the people choose have I don't know a people to admire. I don't know. I don't understand. One thing is that the code is so nice. I don't know. Okay, it's the work, but you pass the line when you talk the door and I am your admirer. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
My
There are some very rude sayings for that, but yeah.
yeah, o sea, if one person talk my door and she or he say me like something like that, is very invasive to me. I think that is a problem with the fans in our society now. The fan pass the line.
Yeah, I think like it's more than a fan. I was thinking that we talked about this last meeting when we like mix the person with the artist, or in this case the programmer or the professional. Like, okay, you are a very, very awesome programmer, I admire you, but I don't know the kind of person you are, and I will keep admiring you because of your work. I don't know if I admire you because of the person you are. Now, in the same way, I think that when you and I mentioned this last meeting, when you are a great, I don't know, physician, and you are an awful person, but you're a great physician, and I in whatever contact I have with you is the physician part, the professional part, I don't think I should care that much of the person you are when you're not working with me, maybe. So in the same way, she shouldn't love or admire the person just because he's a good worker. Maybe that person can be a bad person in the same way. I don't know if you guys would like to go deeper into that. No?
Yeah, the girl say in one part, the guy, I don't remember, the guy is the reason for
Yes.
I am working here.
Yes.
So yeah.
Maybe she was weird too, because she also had, like, when they ask about the photos, I think that they left it there. She didn't mention what was the photos about. So maybe she's working with this, like, I don't know, because they always cross in this episode, so maybe it has to do with people hiding things, like the game from Shut Up and Dance, where you had to go for other people and do things that a hacker would ask you from online. So maybe it's crossing over that in that sense. I also like the part when they make the fun, the I don't remember the actual name of the show, but it was like when they were playing with the Star Wars and Star Trek, and everybody would say, like, I don't know, future, I don't remember the name of the thing, like, I don't know, future fleet, and everybody was like, future wars, no, future fleet. And it was like a joke when you say, you like a Star Wars? No, I like a Star Trek. Yeah, which is the same. No, a Star Trek is a different thing. And I've been in discussion with people defending a Star Trek like that, and it happened a few times, so it was fun. At least for me, I got it. Anybody else who would like to comment? Any other comment, ideas, suggestions? No? Okay, guys. So I think we made it. We actually made an hour of discussion. So Charlie Brookie should be, like, proud of ourselves. We can make good discussions from even bad episodes, or maybe not that deep episodes. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next Thursday for the next episode. I hope we get something deeper next time. If not, maybe we can try change it to something else. We'll see if we can find something as interesting as this, but we'll manage. So if you have any ideas or suggestions of any show that we could discuss, we did a book before. We did an audiobook. So it could also be an audiobook. If you have in mind, you can just give your ideas on the group, and we can start discussing them and maybe find an alternative for Black Mirror. We still don't have many episodes left. So I think that would be it, guys. Thank you so much for coming once again. It was a pleasure to see you as usual. Very fun. I hope you have a great week and weekend too. See you next Thursday. Take care.
Thank you, Alicia.
Max, thank you. Take
Bye
care.
bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Max for everyone. Bye.